Welcome to Storytime with Benji. Today's story is The Best Loved Bear. It was almost holiday time. Let's do something special, said Mr. McDonald. Let's have a best loved bear competition. Tim was worried. He had a bear called Toby and he loved him very much. But that was the problem. Tim loved Toby so much that he'd hugged off almost all his fur. Tim loved Toby so much that he sucked a piece of his left ear right off and worn a hole in his nose with kisses. Tim loved Toby so much that he even shared his ice creams with him, and now Toby was all sticky. Toby could never win a bear competition, no matter how hard Tim tried to make him look new again, and he did try. He tried to brush the little bit of fur that was left on Toby. He tried to mend Toby's left ear with a bandage. He put a sticking plaster on Toby's nose. And he washed off as much of the ice cream as he could. The next day, Tim carried Toby to school in a brown paper bag so that no one could see how tatty he looked. Put your beers on the table, said Mr. McDonald. Mrs. Hall is going to be the judge. Hurry up, Tim. Where's your beer? Tim took Toby out of the bag. Mrs. Hall, the principal, looked at number 1. This is a smart bear, she said. Someone has made this bear a new jacket. He must be loved. Then she looked at number 2. And this bear has a soft, well-brushed coat. Someone must love this bear too. Then Mrs. Hall looked at bear number 3. Now this bear must be loved very much, she said. Someone has been shining his nose and paws. Mrs. Hall spent a long time looking at the bears. This is a hard competition to judge, she said. Then she looked at number 20. My word, she said. Number 20 is an interesting bear. Tim went red. Look at his left ear, said Mrs. Hall. Someone has tried to mend it with a bandage, and his nose has a sticking plaster on it. Perhaps it was worn out with kisses. This bear has had the fur hugged off him, she said, and someone has been feeding him ice cream. This bear has been loved to bits, said Mrs. Hall with a big smile. I am going to give the gold medal for the best loved bear to number 20. Tim couldn't stop grinning. He tied the medal around Toby's neck. And that afternoon he carried him on his shoulders all the way home. The end.